Okay, till now we saw like what is JavaScript. Okay, what are the various types of data types? So we saw we have numbers, we have strings, we have Boolean, right? So these are some of the basic ones. Apart from this, we have undefined as well. It's not a data type, but it's a keyword. Okay, and and there are some others like not a number. Okay, so if we divide 0 by 0 or we divide a number by 0, what do we get? We get uh, not a number usually, right? Let's see. So every JavaScript file should have a .js extension, right? If it doesn't have a JS extension, it will not get executed. Okay. So suppose I have a number variable a equal to 12. Okay. And another number I have variable b equal to 0. Okay. Let's do console.log a by b. Let's see what will be the output. Infinity, huh? Right. So what will happen if it's 0? Not a number, right? So if I make it like a, if I am dividing a string, is that possible? Right. So 0 divided by 0, dividing a string, dividing a alphabet, that's not possible. So in such cases, we will get not a number. And any number divided by 0, we will get infinity, right? So these things we need to remember, right? We can also do some basic uh, mathematical operations as well, okay, using JavaScript. Suppose, again, let's take this example only. So we can add two numbers, okay? So we have plus operator, okay? So plus operator is used for adding the two numbers, right? So we got the answer, right? We can have third number as well, okay? Simply we can pass that number in the console.log, right? We can store we can create another variable sum, okay? And I can store the result in this directly. See like this, a plus b plus c, right? And instead of printing like this, we can do like this, okay? And this was the plus operator, okay? Similarly, we can do subtraction as well, okay? So subtraction, we have minus operator. Again, I can store in the third variable and print that out, right? Was- It might happen that the first number is less than that second number. What we will get in that case? Minus one, right? I hope this is very simple, right? We have multiplication as well, okay? So for that, we use the star sign on the keyboard. Okay. So we can add two numbers like this. This is called as a multiplication operator. Okay. And we can print the answer like this. You can do the practice as well. Right. What will happen if it's 0? Any number multiplied by 0 is 0. This is basic math, right? What will happen if it's string? Yes, we will get what a number. If a number is multiplied by string, we will get a not a number because it's not possible, right? Okay, can we add two strings? Is that possible? Let's see. Yes, we can add two strings. Actually, in any programming language, two strings can be added. That is called as concatenation. Okay, so it's actually joining the two strings, right? If this is a number, let's see what will. See, first it wrote 1, 2, 3, and then it joined the A with it. Okay, but in case of multiplication, this is not possible, right? So this process of joining the string with a number or string with a string, it's called as concatenation. Okay, very important concept. This seems very basic, but it's used a lot of times in the automation. Okay, then we have one operator uh, like this. Okay, it's called as a brackets, right? So I will show you how it's useful for us. So for example, I have variable answer and I make it equal to, say for example, 12 minus 3 plus 1. So what can be the answer? Can anyone ping? If anyone can solve this, just ping the answers. Yeah, Dipti, null also will cover in some time. Don't worry. We did not declare it. We have declared already. We can pass the values directly in the variable instead of like doing separate declaration. Okay, undefined. Let's see what will be the answer. Answer is 10, right? 12 minus 3 is 9. 9 plus 1 is 10, right? The operation happened from left to right. Okay. First, 12 minus 3 will get calculated and then it will add 1 to it. Okay. What if I do like this? Will my answer change? What do you think? Yeah, Dipti, we can do without declaring variables as well directly. What do you guys think the answer will be in this case if I add the brackets? It's simple math. Let's see. Yes. So there is something called as a precedence. Okay. So bracket has higher precedence. Okay. Always remember. So in this case, it will first calculate the precedent bracket, the values inside the bracket, and then the answer will be subtracted from the 12. So 12 minus 4. Okay. Always remember this thing. Very important. Okay. Let's do like this. 12 minus 3. Let's keep this in bracket. Let's see what happens. Will that follow? Will it follow precedence or not? Yeah. Okay. 12 minus 3 got calculated first, and then it added the 1 to it. So precedence is very important. Let's do something else. Let's multiply it by 3. Let's make it 2. Okay, what do you guys think the answer will be? 33. Huh. I will wait for some time and see if anyone can pick the answer. This is the question, right? So 12 minus 3 is inside the brackets. And then we have plus 2, and then we have multiply by 3. I will wait for 1 minute, and then we will run this program.
What is the answer?
15.
14.
Okay, let's try this out. 15 is the answer, right? So 12 minus 3 is 9, right? Right?
Yes.
9 plus 6 is how much? 15, right? That's how it will work.
Yes.
Okay. If it's like this, what will happen? Can anyone guess? 12 minus 3 plus 2 multiplied by 3. Just think about this one. 3. And let's see the answer. This is also 15, huh? But we did not saved it. Wait. Yeah. Let's try the answer for this one. 3. Okay. Always remember the bracket has the higher precedence. Okay. Whatever is inside the bracket will get calculated first. Another thing you have to remember, whenever we add a string to a number, it will get concatenated. Okay. That is called as a concatenation. Okay. Always remember these things. We have something else we have. Say, for example, one variable is 12, another variable is 13. Okay. And I am doing like console.log. Is A greater than B? Okay. So we have some operators like greater than, less than, right? Not equal to. not equal. Okay, equal. Then we have equal. So we need to understand all these operators as well. Okay, so what do you think the answer will be of this one? Is A greater than B? Okay, false. S- Yeah, correct. Is A, if I make it like 13 and I do, is A equal to B? What will be the answer? Deepti, answer will be true, right? I will not touch this one because this is asked in interviews. I will touch this one at last. Okay. Okay. So if I make it like 15 and do A less than B, right? So let's see what happens. It's true, right? If I do A greater than B, it will be false. Correct? This is simple. A not equal to B. True, right? A is not equal to B. So this one, right? Now you need to understand very important interview question that is asked. What is the difference between double equaled and triple equaled? Okay. I will quote a small example so that you can answer the same one whenever anyone questions you about this. Okay, we saw that if we do A equal to B, it will throw true, right? But what if I make it this as a string? What will be the answer? What do you think? Will it be true or false in this case? Just I will give you some time. Just answer. True. Okay. True, false. Okay. Let's see. It's true, right? So you might be thinking how it's possible. This is a string and this is a number, right? But let me tell you, for double equaled, it checks the value only. Okay. If the value is same, it will throw true. It will not check the type. So type of this one is string. Type of this one is number. Value is 15. Value is 15. Value is same. Yes, correct. Print true. That's how it works. Okay. Okay. So if I want to check it more strictly, I want to check the type as well as the value, then we have to use the triple equal. Okay. False, right? Why it's false? Because the type is not matched. Here the type of the A is string, right? Here the type of the B is number. String is not equal to number, right? It will throw false, even though the values are same. If we are only worried about the values, we will use double equal. Very important. This is asked. Always remember the difference between double equal and triple equal. Okay. I hope uh, this concept is clear. Any questions
Um,
on this one?
Quick question, Sami. How does the double equal compare the string with the number?
So basically, when we have a string, this is a string, right?
Yes,
This is a number, right?
yes.
It only checks the value of that string. Okay, what is the value of the string?
15. Okay, got it. 15 equal to 15. That is the reason it's true. Okay.
Yeah. If I do triple equal, right, it will throw
Mm.
false because it checks the type as well as the value. Let me make it
Okay.
more clear so that you will see the value. See, I will do console.log type of A. Okay. This type of function, it gives the type of the variable so that you will know type of A. Then we will copy it, paste it here, and then we will check the type of B. Okay. So type of A, see, type of A is string, correct? See the
Yes.
output. Type of B is number, correct? If we use three equals, will it be equal? No, because even though the values are same, but the types are different. But if I use the double equal, this will throw true, right?
What cases do we use the triple equal? Are there any certain conditions or only?
Yeah. Suppose suppose a
String is not
person is doing
specified.
the data entry into the database. Okay.
Hello.
Okay. Say for example, he entered like 12, the age of the person. Okay. But the age of the person cannot be a string. Okay. Right?
Yes.
If we want to make sure he has actually entered the number, okay, then we use the triple equals. It's very strict mode. Okay. When you do the automation also, sometimes we need to sometimes we have the currency, like currency should be a number, or sometimes we have phone number of a person. Okay. If we want to compare whether that actually is a number, okay, then we do the strict equal. Okay. Because it might happen that the person has entered like in quotes or he has made it a string. So in those cases, it's very beneficial for us. Okay. Usually in banking projects, to be very strict, the currency format or some tax, some interest percentage and all, we need to make sure those are like numbers, right? So in that case, we use the triple equal. Any other doubts on this one?
No. Thank you.
So for comparison purpose, we are using the triple quote.
Yeah, this is actually for comparison, yes. Okay. And in testing world also, it's very much used because we need to make sure whatever the value has been entered, it's of particular type and whether it meets our acceptance criteria or not. Okay. In currency, in interest, lot of cases we have for this one. Okay. So we saw some very common operators, right?
What is the difference between not equal to and strict inequality?
Strict equality, this one, not equal, and this one. Okay. Right. Let's do. So you are telling about this one, right? Not equal, right?
And 2 is equals and not equal. Not equal, 2 is equals.
This one, huh?
And not equal. Uh,
This one is not equal, right?
yeah.
This one is so this is very simple, right? If variable a equal to 11,
That,
variable b equal to 10, is 11 equal to 10? Equal to 10? It will throw true, right? But if we want to check not equality, say for example, console.log. If I want to check, say for example, a is not equal to b, it will throw a is not equal to b. Yes, correct. You agree? So it will throw true, right? If I do like a equal to b, is a equal to b? No, it's not equal. It will throw false. You are. I hope you understand the difference, right?
no, I pinged in the chat. That's what I was asking.
Okay, let's try. Let's try. This one?
Yes.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Not equal to equal. It's true. Yeah, it's true. I will come back on this one. Double equal to and the single equal. I think I think this is also strict not equality. Okay. Let's try this one. Okay. Okay. Yeah. You see the difference now. See, if we do A not equal to B, I think it checks the A is not equal to B. False. Yes. So I think it it checks like it checks the both it checks only the values. Okay. Actually 11 is equal to 11, right? You understood?
Yeah, yeah. 11, 11
11
not
is equal
equal
to
to
11.
11.
Values are equal, right? So it's imagining it as like values are same and it should be true, right? But we are doing not equal, right? That's why
Mhm.
it's throwing false. But if we do strict, it will check value as well as a type, right? So that means
Yes.
it's true, right? See,
But it's not true, right? One is string and one is number, but it's strictly validating, right? It's strictly
yeah. It's strictly validating. It's validating the see values are same, but the types are different. This is a
got it, got it. Not equal to, right? Okay, got it.
mm, this is more strict.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah. And
you will understand like that.
yeah.
Any other questions you have? Okay, great. I will give also some introduction to Playwright as well because side by side we will cover some basics about Playwright while we are covering the JavaScript as well. Okay, because I want you guys to speed up on that as well. Okay, then we have another operator called as a modulus operator. Okay, okay. So for example, I have variable a equal to 12, variable b equal to 5. Okay, if okay, I will make another variable c equal to a. So this percentage is called as a modulus operator. Okay, always remember. Okay, let's see the answer. Okay, answer is 2. So what is this 2? This 2 is actually a remainder. 5 multiplied by 2 is 10 and the remainder is 2. So modulus operator gives us the remainder. Okay, this is simple, right? Simple maths.
Yeah.
Then if we need to divide, we have another operator, division, right? So it's like this. I will do just comment this out. So variable c 12 divided by 5. Okay. console.log C. Okay, 2.4, correct? We do 12 divided by 12, 1, correct? This is very simple division and modulus. So always remember modulus returns you a remainder. Okay. You can do the practice on these. This is very important. Sum, in sum you can do the concatenation as well. Then you can do the multiplication, subtraction. Then you can work on these operators like greater than, less than, not equal, and Deepthi had told not equal, strict not equal, strict equality, normal equality, right? Modulus operator and division. So you can do your practice on these ones. And apart from these ones, we worked on not a number when it comes, right? Null we will check. Okay. Now
Is
we'll do
null
some.
considered a data type?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm. Let's see. Say for example, I do like variable a equal to null. Okay. Console.log type of a. Let's see. So basically, null is treated as an object in JavaScript. Always remember this. Okay. Okay. Let's do something. Null plus 0. What will be the answer? 0. So null is actually a 0. Okay. Actually, if we think about null, it's an empty space. Okay. There is a huge confusion between null and undefined. Okay. Hmm. So that's why I told you we will cover it after some time. Okay. We have other data types like object. Okay. And we have arrays as well. And we have strings. We will cover it these probably from tomorrow. We'll start on strings. Okay. Very important. Strings, objects, and arrays. Most of the work is done using these three. Okay. Now we will cover some basics of Playwright. Okay. So basically, I mean, most of us, I think, know about Selenium, right? Right. So uh, basically, there is a company called as a ThoughtWorks. Okay. So in ThoughtWorks, they wanted to automate their JavaScript applications. Okay. So they created their own framework called as a Selenium. Okay. Okay. So I am communicating with you guys in English, right? So you understand my language. Similarly, this browser should understand some common language, right? Okay, this is the browser, right? Right. And inside this browser, some web application is running. Say, for example, Facebook. I need to automate it. Okay. I need to tell my browser, please click on the login button. Okay. How he,
Okay.
so if I tell in English, will it understand? No, it will not understand, right? So this is me. Okay. I am giving the command to the browser, please click on this button, right? Nothing will happen. It will not understand. Okay. So there should be a proper standard or a common language which both a human person and the browser understands. Right? You guys agree?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
So they started something back in 2003, 2004 called as a Selenium. Okay. You might be thinking that why I'm covering the Selenium. It's very important to understand. If you want to understand the evolution of the Playwright and Playwright basics, we need to cover some basics about Selenium as well. It will be very beneficial from the basic point of view. Okay, so they made a software called the Selenium driver. Okay, so this Selenium driver communicated with the browsers like Chrome, Firefox, Internet Explorer. For each of the browsers, we had different drivers. Okay, for Chrome, we had a Chrome driver. For Internet, we had Internet IE driver. For Firefox, we had Firefox driver. Okay, so we communicated with these. Sorry, so we communicated. So this Selenium, it communicated with these drivers. Okay, and these drivers communicated with the browsers. So me as a human, I wrote some script. Say for example, say for example, page dot. I will write it this way. I'm just giving an example. Say for example, element dot click. Okay, okay, or something like that. Page dot visit or page. I'm just giving an example. Don't get confused. Huh? Page dot go to facebook.com. Okay, okay. So I gave these two commands. These commands are provided by Selenium to me. Okay, Selenium understands these commands. Okay, so in my IDE, I gave these commands, right? So these commands go to the Selenium. Okay, these commands go to the Selenium library, and it understands what this human person has written. So the human person has written, open the Facebook page and click on some button. Okay, so every browser has its own driver. I told you na, Chrome has its own driver, Firefox has its own driver, IE has its own driver, right? So each driver understands its browser's language and all. And this driver understands the Selenium code as well. Okay. So what happens internally, this Chrome driver, it converts my request into a language that this browser will easily understand. Okay. So that is called as JSON wire protocol. Okay. So what it will do internally is that it will create a JSON. Okay. JSON is JavaScript object notation. Okay. So it will create a JSON object. Okay. And I will give you an example of JSON wire object example for click. Something like this it will be. Okay. So basically this is a request, JSON request. Okay. So it will have some targets, I mean, it will be very difficult for you guys to understand easily. So it's basically a JSON request. So it goes to the browser. Okay. And it requests it to click on some button. Okay. You will understand in that way. I wanted you to show how it looks. It looks like something like this. Okay. So this JSON wire protocol is common. Every browser it understands. Every browser understands this JSON wire protocol. Okay. And the requests that are made from Selenium to browsers, they are HTTP requests. HTTP requests are nothing. Similarly, like we open the Facebook now, this is a HTTP request, right? You will understand like that way, right? So similarly, I'm requesting to the browser to go to the Facebook, right? So that is an HTTP request internally. Okay. I hope you guys understand this one, right? Any questions on this one? This is very important to understand. Just try to visualize it. Okay. I will show some diagram as well. Wait. Yeah. So we wrote our code in Java, JavaScript, Python, right? Here, say for example, okay. And this, and we have drivers as well, right? Then we have browsers as well. So we communicate with the browser drivers. They they send the data, they send this code in the format of the JSON wire protocol. Okay. And then the HTTP request is sent from the browser driver to the browsers. Okay. And then finally we get the response back from these browsers through the browser drivers, and we get the output in our console. Okay. Something like that. It's very important to understand the architecture of this, what is it called as Selenium. Okay. See, Selenium has provided the support for multiple languages. Okay. But this JSON wire protocol is common. Okay. So it communicates with these browser drivers, right? You can see the number of the drivers we have. Every browser has different driver. Okay. And then a HTTP request is sent to the actual browser. Okay. Then it sends response back to these drivers, and we receive the response in the console. Okay. Just try to understand it. Okay. Very important to understand from the interview perspective, from playwright perspective as well. Okay. So this is how the communication used to happen in the Selenium world. Okay. But the problem of this was like, say for example, I called someone. Okay. A person, I called you. Okay. I called you on the phone. I am talking with you and I cut the call. Okay. Then if you want to make the connection again with me, you have to call me back. Okay. So this happens in HTTP world. HTTP request. So Selenium supports HTTP, right? Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Okay. The connection doesn't remain permanent. Okay. I need to call you again and again. I need to call you on the phone again and again. And if I cut the call, you have to call me back. Okay. So that is very difficult and time consuming process. Okay. Making the connection again and again with the browser. Okay. So m- Microsoft, they invented a new tool called as Playwright. Okay. So Playwright is invented by whom? Microsoft. Okay. So the team that is working behind the Playwright, they are the Microsoft employees. Very important to know. Okay. So what they did is that instead of using the HTTP protocol, which through which I had only temporary connection with the browser, okay, they made this Playwright because they wanted the connection to be to be permanent when I am doing the execution of my tests. So that is called something as WebSockets. Okay. Don't get confused, don't get scared by these words. WebSockets. Okay. So you just need to remember that Playwright uses WebSockets. So what is the benefit of the WebSockets? It persists our connections, makes connection permanent.
Make connection to the browser.
Yeah, exactly. Makes connection permanent to the browser.
Permanent means
I will show you. I told my browser to do some click or something, right? And it
mhm,
sent me response, hey, click has happened. Okay, I'm going bye bye. I'm dropping the call. Okay. But if I want to do something in middle of that, I cannot do, right? Because the connection has been broken between the browser and between the two persons. Okay, consider two persons. Okay. But in case of Playwright, it uses a concept called as WebSocket. Okay. So WebSocket enables the connection to remain permanent. Okay. During execution, unless and until I don't stop explicitly. Okay. So I will show you some diagram. You will understand.
but when you click on Facebook, when you click on username password, if you don't click other like enter or like login, after some time it will log out.
Yeah. So that is default. Yes, I know that.
But you're saying permanent, so I'm just little bit confused. What?
Yeah. Wait, I will make you understand. Wait. The diagram is not good. Wait one second. Yeah.
Yeah, now it's good.
See, what is written here? One connection established for all the commands, unless it's disconnected by client or server end. Okay. But in case of Selenium world, the disconnection happens automatically. Okay. The request goes, the response comes, disconnection happens. That's it. But in case of the website, sorry, web sockets, the connection will remain intact unless and until you don't disconnect. Okay. Okay. Consider like that. So, see, for example, a request is sent. So, actually, there is something called as TCP IP handshake that happens uh, between the playwright and the browser, or you can consider between your code and playwright server. Okay. Okay. This is very difficult to understand, but I'm trying to make you guys understand. Okay. So you wrote your code. So you wrote your code in this file, right? Right. So this code is understood by the Playwright library. I will not call server, I will call Playwright library. Okay, right? And then Playwright library makes connection with the browser. Okay, okay. So when I'm sending the command to the Playwright, okay, if I want to do something in middle of that command, okay, say for example, I will tell you here. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay, say for example, I'm opening the Facebook page, I click on the login button. Okay, and I want to check the status of this API call that happens here.
Mm.
Okay. In case of Selenium world, I cannot do that. I think in Selenium 4 you can do, but in the older versions like Selenium 3 and all, it was very tough to do. You can intercept the network call. You can go inside this and check whether the response was some specific thing or not. Okay. Say, for example, I want to see this payload exists here or not. Okay. So this was not possible in Selenium. But in case of Playwright, you can easily go to the network and check what is happening between the browser and the Playwright. Or you want to see whether the status was 200 or not. So that is the benefit of one of the benefits of the WebSocket protocol. You can go inside the network when the connection is happening. Okay. So when you do the real projects, you will understand that this. Okay. Very important to understand. Okay. Any questions? Just consider WebSocket permanently connected protocol unless and until you don't disconnect it explicitly. The benefit is that you can go inside the network at any time and see what is happening between the browser and you. Okay, I will just talk in like understanding terms. So what communication is happening between? So you click it on the login, okay, but you don't know what is happening on the network, right? So if you want to know what is happening in the network, you just have to go to the network call and see whether that is successful or not. Are you are you guys understanding or it's little difficult to
Yes.
understand? Okay, say for example you entered the username and password, right? And you clicked on the login. Okay. But you don't know whether this is actual Facebook page or not. You need to make sure whether I'm working on the actual login or not. So you will get the network call and intercept whether the API is of the Facebook or not. Okay. Okay. So I think this is like a little basic of Playwright, like on which protocol it works. Just remember it works on the WebSocket protocol.
What is meant by protocol?
Protocol means standard. Okay.
What is that?
Standard. I'm talking with you in which protocol? I'm talking with you in English language
Ah,
because you
okay, got it.
understand.
Ah,
I'm I'm trying to make you understand as a layman. Okay. So
okay,
protocol is basically a standard that is
okay,
confirmed between you and me. If I talk in Telugu or some other language, you will not understand. If I talk in some different language, you will not understand. So there
okay,
should be a common understanding between two persons to talk, right? Similarly,
okay,
if you see the definition of the protocol in the Google, you will see it's a common standard followed across the world for some specific technology. Okay. So web browsers open using websites open using HTTP protocol, right?
mm-hmm.
So there is another protocol called as FTP. You might have heard of file transfer protocol, right? So if you are opening the files, transferring the files, right? So this protocol is used. Similarly, for emails and all, we might use this POP3, right? IMAP. Lot of protocols are available. So these are nothing. These are just standards available in the market to perform some operations. Okay,
Are the
let's.
WebSocket protocol are specific to the browser? Like, for example, if it is Google or like for any browser, that will be common for all the browsers, the WebSocket.
WebSockets are, if we talk about the protocol, they will be common. Technology is common. But yeah,
Browsers?
but common means, see, HTTP is available for all the browsers, right? Similarly, WebSocket is available for all the browsers, right? But drivers will be different. Okay. Say, for example, Chrome will have a different driver because Chrome understands the language of Chrome driver only. Okay. Say, for example, you speak German, I speak Chinese, right? So I need to have a Chinese person who knows German, right? Similarly,
Mhm.
Chrome needs to have a Chrome driver to understand the language it's made for. Okay.
In Selenium, we have Gecko driver, Chrome driver, right?
Yeah.
Are
Exactly,
there
exactly.
any differences in the Playwright in order to use the Chrome browser, internet or something like that, Edge or whatever?
Yeah, there are differences. Usually in Playwright, you don't need to install drivers separately. So when you install the Playwright, na, it automatically installs the drivers or this browsers you can see. Okay, little differences are there. Don't get confused. So in Selenium world, you need to explicitly or you need to get them from the Chromium. You need to get them from the IE people. But in Playwright,
Mhm.
you don't need to do that thing. You can do, but in Playwright, it happens automatically under the hood. You will understand. Okay. There are differences you will see if you have worked on the protocol. I will, with time, I will show you guys like what are the differences as well.
Okay.
Okay. So major difference which we understood today is that communication happens using WebSocket protocol in Playwright. But in Selenium, it was JSON wire protocol. Okay. So you need to remember these things. We don't need to do practical on these things. Just remember these from the theory point of view. Okay. Because in interview, if you are doing the Playwright interview, na, this question is asked: what is the difference between Selenium and Playwright? You can answer, sir, Playwright works on WebSocket protocol, and Selenium works on JSON wire protocol. So what do you mean by that? In webs in Playwright, the connection doesn't get broken once it's established. But in Selenium, connection is not permanent between the driver and the browser. Okay, it breaks, right? So you can answer this question like that way. Okay. From automation perspective, we don't need to worry about this protocol and all. Okay. Any other questions before we wrap up? For a new person, it's little difficult to understand this protocols and all, but still, we will try to make it very, very simple. I will wait for two more minutes and then we can wrap up. Okay, if we don't have any questions, we can wrap up. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.